I got into pickleball in the summer of 2017. My good friend, Mark Cook from Seattle, Washington, knew I played college tennis, and he asked me if I wanted to play pickleball. And I was like, I don't think so. It's for old people. You know, I'm a tennis player. I'll stick to tennis. But sure enough, I went out there to the local YMCA. I had a blast. It was amazing to play. And then he said, hey, there's a tournament coming up this weekend. I was like, sure, why not? I'll go down, I'll play. So my sister Lindsay and I, we went down to Oregon. We slept in a casino parking lot that very first day. We ended up winning the pro tournament, not knowing how to keep score, borrowing people's paddles. Ended up taking home $330 and we're like, hey, we're rich. Let's go, let's take this on. We got sponsored that very first weekend and the rest is history. My top tip for a newbie, a fresh player entering the tournament scene is definitely to breathe and to move your feet. That's would be my two top tips. I think a lot of players get so nervous when they're going out to the court that they forget to move their feet. That's usually the first thing that goes when you feel pressure. You don't move your feet get stuck in concrete and cement. So let's make sure that we have active feet, get in the best positions for those spots. And then also make sure, I know it sounds easy, but to breathe, relax. It's pressure situation, so in between points, during shots, make sure to relax and breathe, and you'll have fun, play your best, and go take down the competition. The most common mistake I see amateur players make, especially in tournaments, is I think players just go for too much. It's an old phrase I use when I play pickleball, and it's simply play by the book. And that simply means, you know, it doesn't need to be fancy or flashy. Just play your consistent cross-court shots, play the percentages, and even at the pro level, that is good enough to win a majority of the matches. So play solid, play consistent, don't go for too much, and you'll get a lot of W's at the end of the day. If someone's just getting into pickleball and you're kind of wondering what's the best paddle for you, I would say the thicker core. So a thicker core allows for a more control, a bigger sweet spot with the paddle. You get a thinner core paddle, it's tough to control. Those are more power paddles. And at this beginner level, intermediate level phase, you want a thicker core, allows for that bigger sweet spot. It's more forgiving. So I would definitely look for something that has a thicker core, like my 206 paddle. When I am getting ready to crush my opponents on the tournament scene, I'll do a lot of drilling. Typically it's like a 70-30 split between drilling and playing. I find that if I'm dialed in with all my shots needed, that I find that have lots of success. So I prefer to drill, but I definitely will throw in some point play as well, just to get those live reaction speeds. And you can't simulate tournament play without a little rec play as well. So 70-30, but definitely lots of drilling to get you dialed in for that tournament. Who would be my dream pickleball partner outside of this sport? That is a really good question. I've been able to play with a few celebrities already. I played with Larry Fitzgerald, was one of my favorite football players so far. I've got to play with John Isner, who is a professional tennis player. I would say I want to play with all the sports athletes. I want to go to NHL, I want to go to baseball, whatever sport likes pickleball, I want to go there. I want to play with them. I want to have a good time, show my personality. It'll be a blast. So not accepting just one player or any person off the top of my head, but all are welcome to play with Mr. Newman.